This is the time to be grinding packs just before Team of the Year is released. There's no guarantee that you'll get a Team of the Year player, but you have a much higher chance based on how many packs you're able to save compared to if you save nothing. Now, I did start my pack grind back in early November because I knew I wasn't going to be getting loads of different packs, anywhere between 200 to 300, and it looks like I will probably achieve that goal. But if you haven't started yet and you're wanting to do so, then it's time to really start ramping up production. And in this video, I'll share exactly how I'm doing that. Before we do get into the video, if you're looking to skip everything that we're going to be going through in this video and just get to the point of where you have loads of coins in your account ready for you to open packs by the time Team of the Year is released, or even just buy the players that you want to buy, then there is no better place than Mule Factory. They offer cheap, fast FIFA 22 coins, completely reliable, and if you use Fnatic 5 at checkout, you'll also be able to get yourself a 5% discount. Link can be found in the description down below. Getting back into the video, saving packs isn't difficult. You could carry on going through FUT Champions, Division Rivals, Squad Battles, as well as the other game modes, and you will get packs from them. Gradually over time, this will start to build, but when we do only have a couple weeks until Team of the Year is released, and the amount of packs that you can get from these game modes is limited of how many that will be added to your account every single week, there are better ways to do it. How I've been doing it is by mixing a few lazy trading methods to make sure that I have coins in the account, and then use those coins to then buy into bronze, silver, gold players to eventually go through SBCs. This is the quick version of it. And I know a lot of that does sound simple, just get players and then use them for squad builder challenges. But when we are going through this type of process where we're trying to get as many packs as possible, potentially you've cleared your club like I have. There are no players within your club to use for SBCs, so that once EA does release a squad builder challenge which has a lot of attention and requires quite a few coins just for you to get the reward, it can then really damage your coin balance, so it then becomes a balancing act. You want to have coins within your club so that you can still carry on doing your daily activities, playing FIFA 22, building teams, but also still be able to use them to then go through SBCs without running out of players that you have available for you to use within these SBCs within your club. So the first thing I recommend doing is just going through a trading method. I always pick bulk bidding because it is the easiest. And I know we've gone through this trading method 1,000 times, we're not going to be crazy in depth with this. But if you just find a reliable trading method that you can use consistently to actually give you coins every single hour, then continue to use it. With bulk bidding, I will always look for different types of players where I'm able to make anywhere between 100 to 200 coins profit per trade. I will then spend about 5 minutes bulk bidding on every single card for that specific player. And depending on the time that I'm doing this, they will expire within the next couple minutes to around 20 minutes. Once they do expire, I will have hopefully anywhere between 30 to 40 trades. And then I'll list them all up on the transfer market. They are all only giving me 100 to 200 coins profit per card, but as we are able to go and get 30 to 40 of them, it starts to equal thousands. Now with those coins that I'm able to get from the trading methods, that is when I go over to the bronze pack method. The bronze pack method will be able to give you coins within your account as you sell different types of players that can actually be listed on the transfer market, but it also stacks your club. Many players when going through this are not sure what they should be saving and what they should be selling. They understand that if it goes for 150 coins bid to 200 coins buy now, that it's not worth selling and they should store to the club. But when it comes to listing the players that sell and actually deciding whether or not they should use them for the SBC, some players get a bit muddled up on what they should be doing. What I've been doing is pretty much selling every single player that does sell. There's been a lot of people that will get a Liga and Bundesliga, Premier League or Serie A player within their bronze pack, which does go for a few thousand coins. And instead of actually selling that player for a decent amount, they instead go and store them into the club and use them for one of those SBCs that they can actually fit in. It's so much better to sell those players instead and then use the coins because it's likely that you'll be able to find players that are a lot cheaper. The only reason that I go through the bronze pack method is because it's incredibly easy, and on top of that, it will be able to provide me with players which I can use, such as silver players which are untradeable, and if I can't use them, then I upgrade them to common gold players. This is where we can start to reach certain ratings for other types of SBCs, and if needed, it'll just give me different types of players which will hopefully have a better use case. It's not so much using a bronze pack method to actually fund the league SBC itself. I was originally doing this back in December, but I found a much better way to handle things. Since then, players' attention has changed. They focus on different types of SBCs, which have made them increase in price, and it's also dragged away their attention from other types of challenges, which has made it considerably cheaper, making those cheaper challenges better worth your money. The good thing with the bronze pack method as well is that you probably won't be losing coins. Because of all the players that you are now selling off, it will pay for the pack itself. And from it, you're able to have loads of players which are stored to your club, and over time, those will be upgraded to higher quality, being silvers and even gold. Once you start to fill out your club with more players and you've got a much higher coin balance as you're going through the trading method, this is where we can actually start looking at the league SBCs. League SBCs are great to go and get loads of packs just before Team of the Year because they're repeatable. Yet again, people make mistakes with this. They look at league SBCs and instantly go, well, I'm going to go for the most popular leagues, being Liga and Bundesliga, Premier League, and Serie A. These offer the best overall pack towards the end. And yes, it is true, they do have the best pack, but alongside it, they're also some of the most expensive teams. So many people are going for these leagues that the demand is a lot higher, making it more expensive. You're actually much better off to look at some of the cheaper SBCs. For the footage that you're seeing in this video, we actually ended up using the Chinese Super League. For a lot of the players that are required for these teams, they can cost anywhere between just 200 all the way up to around 800 coins. Now there are a few exceptions to the rules where it does go into the thousands, but because you're buying so many at that minimum price of around 200, it does bring down the average price for each team quite considerably. At the end of finishing these SBCs, you're not able to get as good of a pack reward. But once you start to balance things out and you start to look at the cost of these cheap SBCs compared to the ones that are slightly more popular and slightly more expensive, once you start to see how much you can actually get for using the exact same amount of coins, it works out being a lot better to focus on these cheaper teams. That's why earlier when we was talking about the bronze pack method, I said to go and sell the players from the popular leagues, being Liga, Bundesliga, Premier League, and Serie A, because those players will go for 2,000 to 3,000 coins if they're needed within the team. Because some of those players will go for 2, 3, maybe even 4,000 coins just because they're needed for that challenge. Those players can easily fund several players when going over to these other teams, making it even easier for you to progress through without having to dip into your coin balance as much or having to use so many players that you have already within your club. This doesn't mean that you can just stop looking at Liga and Bundesliga, Premier League, and Serie A, because this is where you could go and upgrade some of those bronze players that are not used for the league SBCs, and they're also not valuable enough to actually go and sell, and you upgrade them to silver players. Silver players will be used for all different leagues. And if they're not, well, you can upgrade them to gold players eventually. And gradually over time, you will be able to finish them. But it's just not worth using your coins and having a decreasing coin balance over time as you try to finish these SBCs when you can complete some of the other SBCs a lot cheaper and you have a better value for your money. This is the cheapest way in which you can build up as many packs as possible within your club between now and Team of the Year. And if you really want to and there's still League SBCs available, you can continue this throughout the rest of FIFA 22. If all of a sudden these cheaper SBCs suddenly become a lot more popular and the price for these players start to increase, going from what is currently 200 to about 800 coins to eventually a lot of these players being above 1,000 coins, then this is where I highly recommend that you pay attention to sites such as FUTWiz or FUTBin. There you'll be able to see different SBCs that are available, and people on the site will submit different challenges which do actually meet the requirements. And these sites will also tell you the price of those teams. With just some simple maths, you can really work out to see which SBC is better value for money for how much it costs and the pack reward that comes out of it. So if all of a sudden some of these cheaper SBCs become a lot more popular, you can just take a few seconds just to look at these sites, look at the teams and the SBCs that are currently active, and then make a decision of what challenge you should be going to and moving on to next. Anyway guys, this is one of the cheapest ways in which you can grind packs just before Team of the Year. It balances the amount of coins that you have within your club so that you always have coins. It brings in the bronze pack method so that you always have players within your club, and that will continue to grow as you use them for different types of SBCs, such as the bronze upgrade to get silver players. Plus on top of that, you're still able to get loads of different packs ready for Team of the Year. And you're making the most out of the players that you have within your club currently that can be used, but also you're making a use out of the coins that you have left. If you do have any questions about anything, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.